Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kristen & Co. I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to be filming for you guys a makeup kind of day in the life video to put the Revlon ColorStay Foundation series to the test. So I really love watching makeup review videos, especially if it has to do with rosacea. And so I thought for my reintroduction back onto the camera, because it's been quite a while since I filmed a video for you guys, I thought I would do something fun that I would enjoy and that hopefully you guys would enjoy too. So the makeup that I'm going to be testing out today is the Revlon ColorStay series. I've got their primer, their foundation, and their concealer. All are the ColorStay, and I want to see if they actually will stay all day, like they say. I've been doing distance learning with my 5-year-old, and I feel like all I do every day is make rhymes to help with his reading and phonics. Anyways, so what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is putting the makeup on and giving you my first impressions, because I've never worn this makeup before. I have tried the Revlon ColorStay Foundation, but it was like an old tube that my mom had, and I was just kind of curious and fiddling around with it one day, but it wasn't like enough to really know if I enjoy it or not. Ooh, there, that's better. The light got a little crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on, give you my first impressions, and then I'm gonna take you guys with me throughout the entire day so you can actually see how the makeup wears, how it sits on my face, and most importantly, if it's gonna irritate my rosacea further. Because I know, you guys know, finding a makeup is so hard, because pretty much all of them irritate our skin, and hopefully this one will work, or if anything, we'll like one or two of the products. Let's find out. Okay, so first things first, I have washed and cleansed my face already. As you can see, I've got some pretty major angry spots that I need to cover up as well, so we will put the concealer to the test in a little bit to see if that will do a good job concealing everything. But I'm going to start with the ColorStay Prep and Protect Primer Base. It's also got a broad spectrum SPF 34 in it, which is pretty cool. We're going to see what the consistency is like. We're going to see if it helps the makeup stay put. And so I'm just putting a little bit like that on my finger, probably like a pea-size amount. And I just use my fingers to put this stuff on. And in true rosacea form, as you can see, as I rub this stuff in, my skin gets pretty red. Okay, so I put the primer on, first impressions. It feels a little greasy. It's not as like silky, smooth, and pearly as some other primers that I've used in the past. I mean, it's not too heavy. We'll give it a shot. We'll see. If it keeps the makeup in place all day, then it's worth it, right? So next we're gonna use the Revlon ColorStay Foundation. The shade that I use is Ivory, that's 110 Ivory. And I wanna point out that their foundations come in 2 different formulas. So they've got one that's for like oily skin. So if you have an issue more with the acne side of things, you'll want to get the formulation for the oily skin. But since I have a lot of dry, flaky patches from my rosacea, I'm going with the normal to dry skin formulation. Just wanted to point that out. And also this does seem to have some SPF to it as well, SPF 20. So with the primer, I've got SPF 34. Now with the foundation, SPF 20. It's kind of runny. A lot more runny than I was anticipating. So originally I was going to dab my sponge on it, but I think I'm just going to take little bits of it and put it on my cheeks, my chin, my nose, my forehead, just to kind of start with. I've got my Eco Tools buffer sponge, and I do need to clean it. I know, so bad. But I'm going to use this, and I don't do a lot of rubbing, because I do, like I said, have those dry, flaky patches. And the more like you rub things, the more that kind of comes up and shows in your makeup. So this, I'm just going to go through, and I do like dabbing motions. And yeah, already I can tell you the coverage is not gonna be great. And I'm also wondering if ivory was the right shade for me after all. I typically do wear that lighter shade, but for some reason this is making me look very chalky and kind of like a ghost, so maybe I probably should have gone with a little bit of darker. And even though the coverage is not that great and it seems to be like a very moisturizing formula, like I feel like it is accentuating kind of my large pores and like the dry patches that I get. So like I get dry patches here, all over my nose, here on my forehead. It seems like it is kind of highlighting that a bit. And yeah, the color, it doesn't match very well. Be forewarned, it seems like it's a bit lighter than what the bottle suggests. I'm actually gonna let that kind of like set a little bit into my skin and go ahead and jump right into the concealing, because I prefer to wear as little makeup as possible, mainly for the purposes of not aggravating my rosacea. As you can see, I have a lot of scarring here as well, so whenever I can find makeup that will diminish that appearance, that's always like, oh yay. So that is all three of those products. My initial impression is that I'm not super excited about it. I feel like I can still see some of like a pinkish redness peeking through, but I also look like a ghost at the same time. I don't think that the shades matched very well. I would actually prefer it to be just a little bit darker so that my neck and face kind of blend together a bit better. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is, because I took so much out, I'm just going to put like a touch of bronzer on and then some mascara, a little bit of eyeshadow, and lip gloss. So, okay, so I didn't do a whole lot because, like I said, I want to really get a gauge for how well this foundation sits and the concealer and the primer and all that good stuff. So I just did a very little bit of bronzer just because I felt like a ghost, and then I did some mascara with a little bit of lip gloss. Now I'm going to just take you guys with me throughout the day. I'm going to do a check-in probably every couple hours and just kind of do a close-up of my face so you can see how the makeup is sitting and, you know, how it's feeling. Do I feel like my skin's reacting to it? Does it feel like itchy or burning a little bit, or like I just want to like take it all off? We will find out. So let's go. Okay, so now it is 10 o'clock. I have put my makeup on at 8 a.m. It's been about 2 hours, and this is what it looks like. I also picked a very intense day to test. I also picked a very intense day to try and test this makeup because it's Saturday, and that's usually when I do yard work. So I've got a lot of piles of leaves that I've been raking up. And don't judge me, because I'm not like a professional lawn landscaper. This is just my system for raking. But yeah, this is what the makeup looks like. So far, so good. Hello. Hello. All right, so the time is 12 o'clock. It's been another 2 hours. We've come in, we've had some food. I've nursed this little girl. We're just spending time doing tummy time together. And this is a very flattering angle. I know you guys are so lucky. And my toddler's also hanging out with us, and so far this is what the makeup looks like. Let me go in front of the window. That's better. So now you can see a more accurate view. So it highlights my scars, which I kind of talked about earlier, I think. The flaking though isn't super bad. I mean, it is on this spot, and like the concealing work has just, it's completely worn off. But my nose is doing pretty good, and that's like my most red trouble spot. I have some spots here that it is flaking a bit, and it seems to be highlighting my pores. So the primer, I don't think, it's not my favorite primer, because usually you want it to kind of like smooth things out so you don't see your pores. But for a drugstore brand, I'd say it's doing a pretty decent job. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. We're about halfway through the day. I'm gonna be going until this evening. So we'll see what I look like in the next couple of updates. Okay, the time is now 2 o'clock. And I got this little chunky monkey here, and skin update. I'm kind of shocked, like the makeup is staying put. I mean, you can see there's like some little grease patches and things like that. And you know, some of the concealing work hasn't really stayed in place, but oh, did you hear that burp? Oh my goodness. But otherwise, and she's spitting up on me. Otherwise, I'm really impressed because this has lasted through raking leaves and playing with my kids, cuddling my baby, and like taking a nap, because as you can see, like my hair's a mess now. What do you think? Do you think it's a winner? Do you think it's a winner? So I will check in with you guys in another couple of hours. Bye. No smiles for you today?
No, why is he not giving me any smiles?
Hey, baby girl. Okay, the lighting's not very good here. Hold on. Okay, so the time is now about 4:30. I'm a little bit late posting this. We're about to head out the door to go have dinner with our family. Here's the skin update. I will say I'm starting to feel it. Like I kind of feel itchy on my nose, especially where most of the redness is. And also, I mean, it's staying. I will give the makeup brand the ColorStay title that. It's staying, I mean, but you can still see how it's kind of like staying, but barely. It's like hanging on there. It could use like a good setting spray, or maybe like just a better primer. I feel like all of my pores have been highlighted. The bags under my eyes, everything, it just, so far, not really my favorite, but I mean, aside from this spot here, it has stayed fairly well. Okay, now the time is about almost 8:30. I did not film for quite a while because we were out eating dinner with family and just watching the president-elect give his speech, as well as Madam VP as well. So now we're home. I'm about to do bedtime for my kids. Quick update. This is what the makeup looks like. Pretty shiny. It's like, it's worn off quite a bit. But yeah, I need to go put my kids down to bed, and then I'm gonna wash my face, and then I'm gonna do like a little recap, and that will be it. Okay, so it is almost 9 o'clock. I have put my kids to bed and cleansed my face. So now you can see my rosacea in all of its glory. My impressions of the makeup. I think it did stay. I think it did stay for the most part. I think if you have acne or rosacea prone skin, it's not enough, because the concealing work, especially right here, it wore off pretty early on during the day. So I would definitely need to do touch-ups if I were to use this makeup on a daily basis. As far as how it sat on my skin, I did start to feel kind of like itching, and like I felt the makeup on my skin midday. And right now, granted, I just washed my face, but you can see that my spots, they're irritated. Like my skin is irritated from having worn makeup all day long. Would I recommend this makeup? Yeah, I think I would. If your rosacea is like subtype 1 where you just deal with the redness and flushing, I think that this makeup would be a great option. It would do the job pretty well. If you have subtype 2, 3, or even ocular rosacea, I'm not so sure. I'm a huge fan of just not wearing makeup at all, but if you have a special occasion, this would work well, but I would keep the concealer handy because you would definitely need to do touch-ups. What did you think of my makeup today? What did you think of my makeup? Oh. All right, y'all, so that is gonna be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think, or if there are any other makeup brands that I should try and test out and review. Anything you're curious about, any questions. Definitely follow me on Instagram because that is where I'm the most active and responsive to questions and comments. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!